Yeah, hi again, I am Christer Idhamar, the founder of IDCON Inc. in Raleigh, North Carolina. Today I'd like to talk about part 2 of Gemba Walks and what to look for. I have said many times before that it's very important that you as a leader is very engaged, visible and caring with the organization. If you are that when you drive an improvement initiative, you will be very successful, and you can read more about that in the articles that comes along with this video. So what is a Gemba walk? Well, Gemba is a Japanese word for the right place or where things happen. And as I said many times before, that is of course in a maintenance organization with the planners, the supervisors, the frontline leaders you might want to call them, the craftspeople, the operators, the maintenance operations coordinators, and so forth. That's where things happen. And if it doesn't happen there, it hasn't happened. It's just a plan. Okay, so why would you do this? Well, it is a very good tool to be engaged, visible, and also caring with the organization. And how to set it up? Well, as you see in the next slide, you need to organize this. So if you're a very big organization, you might want to just take one area and just take a half an hour walk and look at lubrication in that area, or alignment, or precision maintenance practices, etc. Anyway, if you're a small organization, of course, you can do it more easily and cover more areas. And don't tell me that you don't have time, because it's so important. As a plant manager, you might do this only once, perhaps a quarter. As the maintenance manager, at least once a month. And as a supervisor, you know most what's going on, but the focus areas is important. Perhaps you do it once a week. And it won't take that long time. So first you need to organize and plan how you're going to do this. And then you need to go out and tell your people why you're doing it and inform them about the reason why you do it and what you expect as results, etc. Then step 3, that is to go out there and do these equipment and also plant areas Gemba walks. That is for you to observe and learn. So when you go to the next step, number 4, that is to meet with the people that are engaged with, for example, lubrication or whatever you might look at. So you meet with them and you have done the right questions. You have learned something when you were out there. And that is what I want to talk about today. And then you need to act and follow up. And if you don't do this, the whole thing falls apart. And this is an ongoing project, or it's not a project, it's a process. This is something you do over long term, it becomes a habit. So if we start with one area, and you have chosen, for example, to look at alignment. Well, go out there and what you look at is, for example, shims. Are there too many shims? And if you have too many, you will have a soft foot. Jacking bolts. Are they off or on? If you use them right, you have jacking bolts, number 1, but after the alignment, you back them off. It's wrong, as you see in the next picture, that if they are tight to the motor base in this case, because thermal expansion and other things can destroy the alignment you have done. Are shims of the right material, or are they in like they are in this picture? Are they corroded? And after a while, they will expand, and then they contract and so forth, and you can break the bolts, or the bolts will sooner or later come loose. Then if you look at, for example, lubrication, well, one common thing you might see is overgreasing. Are the seals blown out, so grease coming out of those seals? And you might get the answer when you talk to people later that we do that because the seals are gone, so we have to purge out the grease. Well, the right thing to do is, of course, to use the right tools, as you see in this next picture, which is a tool you can put on your grease gun, and you see then how much grease do you get to each bearing, and you should know the volume then too. Are there leaks in, for example, central lubrication systems? Are oil glasses clean? So can you see if you have air in them? Can you see at all the level, for example? Or can you see if you have water in the oil? They need to be clean so you can see it at just a glance at it, you see the level. If we look at stores, Well, first of all, are the lubricants stored in the right way? As you see in the next picture, where all the oil drums are stored in one place and they are actually open, all of them. And that means that you will have a lot of contaminations into the oil. Or do they look like a world-class storage, as you see in the next picture? Are oil breathers for hydraulic systems and so forth, are they filled with silica gel, which is then drying the incoming air as the system is breathing? And you need to check that the color hasn't changed, because it changes from, for example, orange to blue. You know that you need to replace them. That's one good thing is. Stores. Are motors stored in the right way? Or are they like in the pictures with the blue motors here? First of all, I wondered in that case, this was a plant in a very industrial area where you could get anything within hours at the maximum a day. And why would you then store so many electric motors, you could wonder. But also, they are turned the wrong way. There is no way you can turn these motors, which you should do at regular intervals, like you see in the next pictures with the orange motors. And they also have a little chart that shows that, yes, we have rotated these motors and which month you did it, etc., etc. Do the store's personnel deliver parts, at least for a shutdown, like you see in the next picture? That is from a paper mill in Nova Scotia. And that's an excellent example that planning, scheduling, etc. works, and that stores are helping to deliver these parts. And actually, they should also do it to stores areas, to different areas like staging areas, etc., etc., with the stores kits, and they should be delivered up to 85%. So you don't need to go to the store that frequently. Do you see a lot of storage in the wrong way, like you see the belts in the last picture here? They are stored right out there in the plant, so it's easier to replace them when something happens. Well, that's of course wrong. You need to keep them out of ultraviolet lights. They have to be in a cool, dark room, etc., etc. Otherwise, they won't last long. Well, I hope this will give you some ideas on what you can do, and also read the article that goes with this video. And please visit us at our website, idcon.com. And of course, you can read more about this in my latest book, Knocking Bolts. Thank you.